Hi, my name is Ethan, and you're watching Barbie's GBF, the only adult-oriented doll review channel on the platform where the host isn't secretly 3 raccoons in a suit. After years of watching countless hours of bootleg My Froggy Stuffs and Watch Mojo, I decided in 2020 that enough was enough, and that it was my turn to create my very own doll review channel where I could create the type of content that I myself would watch, that those channels weren't providing. I had a vision to challenge what a doll review channel could get away with, and how far they could grow when they weren't worried about ad revenue, or staying on some toy manufacturer's PR list. But what could I bring to the table that those other channels couldn't? Well, I happen to have a lot of experience when it comes to motion graphics and animation, but it wasn't until I spent 4 years in college, graduated with my bachelor's degree in fine arts, and culminated over $40,000 in student loan debt that I was somehow legally allowed to sign off on at 18 years old, mind you, that I'm exceptionally miserable whenever I'm forced to create art that I'm not passionate about just to make ends meet. But I never let my over 20 years of drawing experience go to waste. I'm a very creative person, and I love the challenge of finding new ways to create art. So every unique illustration or animation that you see on this channel, unless stated otherwise, will have been handcrafted by yours truly. And just like I've always been an artist, I have always been a collector. It's always been something from the moment I was born. Pokemon, stickers, candy wrappers, erasers, bouncy balls, those cute little Chinese toys that you get in quarter gumball machines. I've always had some form of collection. And the collector in me might have stemmed from my love for every little 90s gay boy's role model, Ariel, the Little Mermaid. Ariel was my best friend growing up. I took my Ariel doll with me everywhere as a kid. And what was Ariel? Well, she was a mermaid, but she was also a collector. I had this old gym bag that I carried around everywhere, full of Barbie dolls, most of which, as you know, were white blonde superstar face Barbies. But as I grew older and moved several times, then went through the foster care system, I progressively lost every last one of them. And it wasn't until I found a vintage Galoob Anastasia doll at the Hermitage Shove and Thrift in 2017 where I fell in love with fashion dolls all over again. Barbie Fashionista number 90, Rainbow Bright, came out in a time where I was doing everything I possibly could to keep myself from starting a doll collection. Because I, just like my alcoholic grandmother and the rest of my drug-addicted blood relatives, have an addictive personality. And once I start something, I have a very difficult time stopping myself. But when I saw her, I fell in love. She had me under her spell. I couldn't stop thinking about her. Her sharp cheekbones, her beautiful ebony skin, her raven black hair, her royal blue eyeshadow. I would look pictures of her up online, and it was so crazy to me just how differently Barbie looked like from when I was a kid. Now Barbie comes in all these different body types and skin colors and hair textures. She can do all these cool poses. What? There's a whole community of adult collectors online? Since when is Barbie bisexual? Whatever happened to Tootie? What were these dolls when I was a kid? I was hooked. I allowed June to be the first new Playline Barbie that I would let myself buy as an official adult Barbie collector, and I never looked back. And what better Barbie to start my collection off with than one that is literally wearing the gay pride flag? To me, June represents a shift in Barbie in the name of inclusivity. The Barbie brand isn't in the best spot right now than it has been in the past half-century, but regardless of what clickbaity YouTube thumbnails might lead you to believe, Barbie is the most diverse fashion doll line ever. And there's no argument to be made about that. Barbie has a million different face sculpts, over 4 different body types, the best playline articulation on the market. Yeah, the clothing sucks ass right now, but that diversity is why I love Barbie. And I'm willing to outsource for good doll clothes occasionally if it means that all my dolls won't look like the same character just with different skin tone. Because that's exactly why I don't buy MGA dolls. Now, I always give credit where credit is due. MGA has 4 highly successful doll lines on the market with playline quality that puts Barbie to shame. And you'd think that since Barbie was created as a children's toy first, that Mattel would put a lot more care into making sure that their playline representation of her is where it needs to be competitively before catering to adult collectors. But I digress. I challenge MGA to come out with an actually diverse doll line that doesn't look like aliens with rainbow high quality, and I would suck Isaac Larian's old Iranian dick. I also wanted to use this video to give a shout out to a couple doll review channels that inspired me to create my own. Broken Dolly TV is a channel that I've kept up with ever since I started collecting all the way back in 2017. I love Gypsy's unapologetic honesty, and what a relief it was to have a doll review channel where I didn't feel like I was being talked down to, even before Copa. After which everyone, well, almost everyone started claiming that they were targeting adults to keep their ad revenue even when reviewing the most juvenile of product releases. Just know that if something's shit, then I will not hold back. After all, there is an entire team behind these product releases, and the fact that some of these products make it through all those people onto store shelves is sad. Ruby Red's World of Dolls is another great channel that I've been subscribed to for a while now. If I'm not 100% sure about whether or not I want to buy something, I always feel like she has my back. She is also very honest and, just like me, a bargain hunter. She's definitely given me some great tips on how to find the best deals in the past. My channel definitely ended up being a lot more chaotic and mature than hers, but I can confidently say that she is a lot more tame if you're looking for something more chill. Andrea Dolls Ahoy is a channel that you might remember me mentioning on multiple occasions. I have kept up with her for almost 5 years now, and she really inspires me with her creative drive to make beautiful art using only what she has, and also her commitment to her kitschy aesthetic. Her dolls to me almost feel like they've been stitched together like little quilts using pieces that have been sent to her from her dearest friends. I always learn something new and interesting about the history of fashion dolls from watching one of her videos. I actually used to listen to them in the background whenever I was doing schoolwork, and somehow just recently learned that we basically live in the same city. Weird how that works. I'm also a huge fan of one of her friends, Doll Junk. Doll Junk, no lie, is the most talented 1/6 scale fashion doll customizer online, and I will fight you on that. He doesn't upload to his YouTube as frequently as he once did, but the videos that he already has uploaded on there are all very informative and entertaining if you care at all about fashion doll customization. Lastly, Sunny and Lola was a Barbie review channel that lasted until around 2019, and then they became BTS stans. And then they left. And then they came back. And then they left for good. I love their positive energy and mother-daughter dynamic. Unfortunately, I don't get that out of my co-host. She has more control over my bank account than I do. But they were one of my favorite doll tubers to watch, and I almost feel like the creation of my channel was built out of the grief that they had left the hobby. Thank you so much to every last one of you that have supported my channel's growth so far, and I really hope that you enjoy what's to come. I have a lot planned for Pride Month given this channel's theme. Gay. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.